It's a quite exciting announcement. It's about Intel getting back to its really original roots and making a clear decision to aggressively invest in capacity, invest in technology, and also starting to make very clear commitments to its customers that it will meet the roadmaps that it will set forward, which have been a challenge for Intel for the last 2, 3, 4 years. Certain ways, Intel chooses to be in the offensive, basically making these roadmaps and commitments to customers and making sure that they have all the financial and technology resources to meet those commitments. That's kind of the substantial shift from Intel's perspective. And of course, it's a new CEO really making its mark on the company. There is a couple challenges, definitely, and one is, and the most important is to get back to the consistency that when they say we will ramp 7, I think they basically say second or third quarter, they will truly ramp in second and third quarter. When they will ramp 5 nanometer and they tell their customers, they truly will meet. So getting back to that consistency, whatever the consistency is, and being able to deliver on that. That's by far the biggest challenge. Finding the tools, the methodologies, the investment, and to really do that. The second one is they announced the substantial foundry operations. Finding the competitive edge on foundry business is going to be a challenge. TSMC is not a easy target. So I have to say that. And I'm sure they understand it. And in certain ways, the market welcomes a leading edge foundry to have more wafers available, different technologies available. But I think it's going to be a great challenge to find the market share and the place in the leading edge foundry business. But more importantly, the consistency and delivery on the technology as IDM is by far the most important for them. There is always this competition, which one is better, which one is more advanced. We believe that Intel quite easily can be equal to, in terms of if we look at the pure transistor performance, we believe that Intel can be reasonably easily be equivalent to TSMC, or very minimal difference. The difference is not so large. And it comes from going down to the transistor performance levels. And then from there, once that's re-established, which we believe they will do, then the issue is how you can use technologies like packaging. Both companies have a great packaging technology, and Intel has its x86 architecture and IP. So there is definitely an opportunity for Intel to work. When we really look at the customers, it's not necessarily companies like NVIDIA or AMD. It's more like companies like Amazon or Microsoft or Google, where they can really leverage x86 IP and tailor it to those customers. And then that's really the angle we think Intel is taking. In our view, it doesn't make sense for Intel necessarily to compete an NVIDIA business. And I'm not saying this is NVIDIA as a good or bad. I'm just saying it or Apple business. But it definitely makes sense for Intel to offer those large companies in data center side or cloud business x86 and either as an IDM or as a foundry. And that's where the interesting dynamic starts to emerge. We understand that that's the issue, how they can be making chips to the competitors. Here, if they choose those what we call hyperscalers, Amazon and Google, and they are not competitor to those, they are clearly supplier to those companies, and that's why we think that that's the more basically there's more opportunities there as long as they deliver the technology what needs to be delivered.